Angel professes her love for George, but do you think she truly means it? She said she loves him, but she's not foolish. But Angel knows what she's doing, doesn't she? We are in episode 54 of The Danger Signs We Ignore, also known as Another Worst Mistake in Marriage. Do you think Angel is not turning her back against him at this point? I think at this point, she doesn't want to have anything to do with marriage because she's had it up to here. Go ahead and give a like to this video and of course, subscribe to the channel. George has seen it and he's seen it all. And right now, he is tired of all these explanations that Angel is giving him. She walks into the house, also feeling disgusted and annoyed, sat down in the chair, and the mother asked, "What exactly did he tell you?" She said, "Look, can you just even imagine that he's telling her that why did she bring all of them into the house? That she's not supposed to do that. Why would he come and begin to tell him and begin to lord himself over herself right now? Because she is not interested in listening to anybody's explanation." The mother said, "But you see what we're doing here is quite complicated. People may not understand what is going on. So he has a point. Just listen to it from his own perspective." She said, no, she's not interested in listening to anybody. Because right now, she's been through a lot. She's been the only one going through all the emotions. Nobody was there when she was almost drowned. Nobody was there when she was going through all the beating. Nobody was there when she was strangled by Kizito. So why should she begin to listen to anybody right now? As far as she's concerned, she's going to live by her rules and nothing is going to stop her. She's not interested. Anybody can open up their mouth and say anything that comes out of it, whether they like it or not. That's their business. But as far as she's concerned, she is not listening. She's going to live life on her own terms and nothing is going to stop her from achieving that. She got up and went upstairs because the mother didn't even know what else to say, because at this point, Angel is stressed. She's strained and she's ready to just be on her own. What do you think? Now we see Jeff also talking to George, asking him, why did you tell Angel this? Why did you tell her that she should take all of them and take them out of the house and either come and stay with you or stay with her? No, why are you doing that? Angel needs support at this time. This is the only thing she can point her finger to that was left to her by her husband. He now said, okay, are you now here trying to lecture me about life? He now said, no, it's not about lecturing you about life. That it's not about how far traveled you've been or how much money you are. Life, you need to be practical. You need to be pragmatic. You need to take the right steps. And that's what he's trying to share with him. He now said, look, as far as he's concerned, he cannot wait. And he doesn't want to be waiting for unnecessary things. So, but if you truly love Angel, you would wait for her. And as far as she's concerned, that's the only thing she can point her finger to. And of course, she just lost her husband. She needs to mourn him. He was like, look, do you think we are homeless? We have our house. But at this point, they just have to support Angel. That's why they're there. She now said, look, are you telling me that you guys actually want to mourn Kizito? He cannot believe it. That guy that deserved no pity, that deserved everything he got, you want to mourn him? You know, I said, look, it's not about that. Even though he has not been a good person, he has not had a good reputation, she still has to give him his final respects. That's just what he's saying. That all you just have to do is be patient. If you truly love Angel, you would be patient. All this season is just a short time. Be patient and she will come running into your arms. He decided not to listen to him. He now went off. Can you see how George has turned his back on Jeff? Because as far as concerned, everybody is looking at him and feeling that he is being selfish. But the truth be told, he has also tried to pay his dues. He's tried to pay for the penalty of him not coming back on time to marry Angel. That's why he did everything standing by Angel. But right now that Kizito is out of the picture, he feels that Angel will come running and falling into his arms. But he's so disappointed. Anyway, we'll see how this plays out in episode 55, because we'll begin to see George trying to take steps either to coerce Angel into marrying him at all costs or totally forgetting about the relationship altogether. One of those things are going to happen in episode 55. Here we see some clandestine moves by this woman. Can you just imagine that? She is out here with Mr. Bolaji, asking him and mentioning to him that look, Kizito can't just go down to drain like that. Everybody has gotten back to their business like as if nothing happened. He's still in the mortuary and everybody is not even bothered. He now said, look, that's how life is. It's only a few people that would think about him or mourn about him, but the majority of people will get on with their lives. That's how it is. It's just a minute standing of silence. That's all. She now said, look, you need to do something big. She now said, what can she do? What can she do? She doesn't even know what that thing is. He now said, look, you need to let the world know that Angel is the one that killed Kizito. You need to drag her name in the mud. You need to pull her reputation down. You need to make her ashamed and disgraced. She now said, yes, she got the light bulb moment that now she knows what she's going to do. Leave it to her. She knew what to do all along. She just needed support, and that's why right now she's going to begin to do that. Now we see Angel sitting down on the couch, relaxing, enjoying herself, looking at her phone, something she would never have been able to do if she was still if Kizito was still alive. But here she is enjoying herself. Then something caught her attention. The TV. There was somebody on the TV. Her mother-in-law, Kizito's mother, went to grant an interview. What is going on here? She has taken Bolaji's advice to go and share this bad news of Angel being the murderer of her son all over the place. Then now she's already on the place, and then she's not being asked what exactly happened. And now she's saying her son was a good man, a good husband who loved his wife so thoroughly, but the wife was the bad one who was trying to stain him, always coming up with all manner of allegations. And then right now, she's the one that murdered her son. Oh, can you just imagine that right now? She's pregnant. They don't even know whether it's her son that owns the pregnancy or not, but they're stuck with that. And they're not here to defame her or tell bad about her. What are you doing here? You're here to scatter the reputation of Angel. You better tell us the truth. She's here to scatter the reputation of Angel, and she's saying all manner of this. Angel couldn't take this anymore. She felt so bad. She was so worried, wondering about her reputation. Alma comes down the stairs listening to this. She now said, the lady in the interview, and I said, but wait a minute. Are you saying that the child doesn't belong to your son? She said, well, it's not about that. They don't know, but that they just hope that, but they're stuck with the child. They're not here to spoil anybody's name, but they just have to keep it hush hush. The family's trying to keep it hush hush, but right now she just wants her to just sit down, close her laps, and just focus on taking care of the baby. Can you just imagine that? She's already telling her that she's the one that's going around like a dog, sleeping with everybody. And then can you see how even Madam Oma is looking so sympathetic? Can you see what is going on here? That's what has happened. She is already pulling down the reputation of Angel. And this will go far and wide. People will watch this and they will now label her. Even her mother is already listening and feeling terrible about this. Now, as it is, she's also crying because if Kizito's mother is saying this about her, means that that's what she wants the world to know. And because she has the first mover advantage, she's the first person to talk. Who else would they believe? They're going to believe her. But inside of all this discussion, as she's just talking and talking, the woman said, but wait a minute. Why was it that it was in the clinic that this happened? Can she please just throw more light about that? How come? Where were they going? How was it that they ended up in the clinic? She now said, well, they were actually going out. That was what they were supposed to be going out. And then all of a sudden, Angel complained of stomach ache or something like that. And then they went to the clinic. How did you get to know? She just had to fabricate something real quick because she was actually put in the corner. That question is pointing out to her that how do you know that she killed her husband? She said, well, that's how they found out that she was not feeling fine. And then maybe when they got to the clinic, she now turned against him, and maybe it was a planned thing, or maybe it was on a spur of the moment thing. She can't say nonsense. Nonsense is this woman talking. Can you just imagine? She now began to cry because she needed to cover up that story very, very carefully. She now said right now she's stuck with her as her mother-in-law. And then of course Angel was like, what nonsense is going on here? Can you see how everything is looking? Like I said, they're painting her black. Then Amma, who couldn't take this anymore, came and took the remote control and turned the TV off. Then of course Angel was like, what? How could this woman say this about her? Everybody's wondering at what was going to happen next. Everybody's wondering that right now that the reputation has been tarnished. What's going to be the next step? They waited and they wondered. Then all of a sudden, she comes in. She comes in from her interview, and as she came in, Angel went to accost her and said, "What's that nonsense? What's that nonsense? That display of rubbish you did over there? What are you trying to do? Your son is not even yet buried, and you're going around granting interviews?" She now said, "Oh, what exactly is paining you? Is it the fact that I granted an interview, or the fact that I told them that you're the murderer that killed Kizito? Which one exactly is bothering you?" She now said, "Look, you can go ahead and shout it on the rooftop for all I care. I don't give a hoot. What are you saying? You need to just remember that your son is dead. That is the most important thing." And she will keep on drumming it into her ears. So she better sit up tight and sit down and stop going all around and monitoring and doing things. She should mourn her son in peace. Mourn Kizito in peace since you have decided to mourn her. She now said, "Look, for your information, you need to realize that the only reason why you are out here walking free is because of the baby in your womb. After that, I'm going to deal with you." She now said, "What? You want to take the baby from me? Nonsense. You cannot do that. You think that I would allow you to do that? It's not possible." She now said, "Look, she is going to take hold of the baby. She's going to raise the baby, and she will have nothing to do with the baby because the baby is," she said, "No, that baby in your womb, she's going to take her over. She's going to take the baby over, and she will not allow that baby be brought up by a woman who killed her husband." And I said, "Oh," and I said, "She's going to bring that. If she allows that happen, she's going to raise a beast like herself." She said, "Well, she learned from the best. Didn't you also raise a beast? Didn't you also raise Kazito as a monster? So why are you now reacting? I'm just towing the line you took. So why are you now reacting? You cannot have hold of this baby. Nobody's going to have hold of this baby. I would never allow you come close. And I'm telling you, you are going to watch me build up this child, bring up this child in the right way, and you will have nothing to do with this child." She told her, and the mother looked at her and went away with indignation. I tell you, the mother is annoyed. How can you begin to accost her? She knows that Angel is saying every single thing true, that she's the one that raised Kizito as a monster, and now she's trying to take over the child to do what? Never! She is already been frolicking in hell in that house. So as far as she's concerned, she's going to give it back to her hot, hot. That's the point. Anyway, let's hope that everything works out well. We're back here with Kizito. No, what am I saying? We're back here with Kelly. They both start with K. K for Kizito, K for Kelly. Anyway, we're back here with Kelly, and Kelly has called Benita because Benita is Angel's friend, and he says, "Oh, there's a lot of issues going on right now. There's a problem. There's fire in the mountain. What's the problem?" He now said, "Do you know what? All the deals he's working on the ground for Angel, they've all called it off. They've all cancelled. Not only that, the brands they are currently working with right now have also cancelled, and he doesn't even know how to tell Angel." She now said, "You have to tell Angel. You have to let her know what is going on." He said, "Look, Angel shouldn't be hearing of bad news right now. Everything she should be hearing should be good news." She now said, "No, you need to tell her. She's a strong woman. She'll understand and she'll know how to adjust. You need to tell her." He now said, "Okay, what should he do? When should he tell her?" He said, you are the manager. You should know best." And I said, okay, let's look at it maybe 2 or 3 days after, when her head is cleared and when she can actually take it. That's when you should give it to her. And I said, "Oh, he hopes that she'll be able to take this bad news in good light." Well, that's how it is. Right now, those brands would have watched that TV show. They would have seen how she's being labeled as a murderer, and they wouldn't definitely want to support a murderer to keep on bringing out their content as their brand ambassador. Oh, what a shame. Anyway, we see Angel's mother eating, having a time of her life. And then Kizito's mother is coming down the stairs, looking at her with indignation and disgust. As she was busy crunching the chicken, the mother was having a time of her life. And she now looked at her and said, "What nonsense! What shamelessness! How dare you sit down there, be eating, when your daughter is a widow and you haven't even mourned along with her?" Then, of course, she now said, "Look, you need to see shame written all over your face." She now stopped and said, "Oh, Uchichi, you're welcome. Good evening. May you die of those evil thoughts that you are thinking in your heart. May you choke on them." She now said, "Look, after it has choked you, But are you not a disgrace? Can't you see? At your age, you were here stuffing food down your throat. She didn't even care. You're supposed to be with your age mates, other elderly women, clad in black and already sulking. Mourning the fact that your daughter has become a widow so soon and the crown of her head has gone. You're here eating? You're here stuffing food down your throat? She now said, "Oh, you need to realize something. You need to understand that they don't mourn people who are of no consequence. That Kizito deserved every single thing he got, and he doesn't deserve to be mourned one bit. That, in fact, we should be happy, we should be celebrating, because in situations like this, they need to gather people. They need to call people to have a feast and jubilate and congratulate each other that a toxic person has found its way out of this world. Kizito doesn't deserve to be mourned. You can decide to mourn him. He's your son. Go ahead and mourn him. But as far as they're concerned, they will not mourn him. He deserved what he got. And so that's just what she will say. That you better be realized that, you see, when they gather people together and people are appreciated and they eat and drink and wine, they will be grateful and they will say, "Thank you for calling us to the celebration of this evil man checking out of this world." That's exactly what your son stands for. She now said, "Oh, would you do the same thing if it was your son?" She now said, "God forbid. How dare she say that?" Look, the truth of the matter is, Kizito is not worth mourning. That's the fact. But you see, Madame Uchechi doesn't want to get that in her skull. She wants everybody to feel the pain she's feeling. Sorry, you built and created this monster, and this monster has checked out of this world. So you better be happy with whatever you get and stop trying to get other people on your side. You better stop it. So we're going to see that in episode 55. Madame Uchichi is going to try her best to see how other people can see that they need to mourn Kizito. But you see, everybody will still let her know that her son is not worth mourning. What do you think about that? Does it make sense? Go ahead and give a like to this video and also subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.